Everyone says that you need a degree to make good money. But that's not true. In 2026, some of the most highest paying and most secure jobs is going to be dirty, physical, and completely ignored by most people because it's trades jobs. Today I'm ranking 11 in-demand blue-collar jobs from lowest to highest maximum pay and giving you a deep dive analysis into these jobs. And stick around to the last part because not only is it the highest paying jobs, but you get to keep most of it. Number 11 on the list is abattoir. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but in layman's term, you're basically working for a slaughterhouse. Now, what do? They basically process livestock into meat products, including cutting, deboning, cleaning, and operating process equipments in cold, fast-paced environment. Now, the salary for these jobs ranges from $60,000 to $120,000 per year. Now, how do you get these jobs? You don't need a degree. That means it's free for all. You get on-the-job training, and prior factory and meat processing experience also helps. These jobs are mainly located in Australia, New Zealand, US, specifically in Midwest, and South America. I actually know few people who's done this, and sometimes they can even get free meat. So for all those meat lovers out there, might as well give it a shot if you want these kinds of jobs. Now, why is it in demand for 2026? The global protein demand continues to rise, while labor shortages continues to grow because nobody really wants to do these kinds of jobs. Number 10 on the list is garbage truck drivers. What they normally do is go around and collect wastes from commercial and residentials using heavy vehicles. They basically operate hydraulic lift systems and follow strict safety routes and schedules, unless you're a garbage truck driver for a third world country. Basically, just like this one. But for Western countries, you actually get paid around $65,000 to $120,000 per year. All you need to do to get this job is to have a heavy vehicle license and a clean driving record. Get it? Get it? Clean, because it's a garbage truck. Anyways. Now, where can you get these jobs? You get them from city councils, private waste contractors, metro, and regional areas. Now, the reason why it's in demand for 2026 is because of the ever-growing population, which means that with higher population, our waste also increases, while all the drivers are basically retiring. And just like most dirty jobs, people don't want to work on these kinds of roles. Number 9 on the list is wastewater treatment operator. What they do is operate and monitor systems that treat sewage and wastewater to meet environmental and health standards. The good thing here is you don't necessarily need to go to sewer lines because you're basically just testing the machines. And the pay's not half bad because they get paid around $65,000 a year to $125,000 a year. For you to get this job, you only need a short certification and on-the-job training. Now, you can get these jobs through local city councils, utilities, and regional infrastructure facilities. Now, it's going to be in demand on 2026 because, as I've mentioned earlier, population is going to keep on growing, which means the demand for this will also increase. And the fact that the aging infrastructures will be requiring more skilled operators. The reason is some of the wastewater systems are actually built on the 60s and the 80s. Just think about that. Hold that thought. Let me just drink my water. Let's continue. Number 8 on the list is solar installer. They normally install and maintain large-scale solar panels. They also do inverters and electrical systems on industrial buildings and solar farms. They typically get paid $70,000 a year to $130,000 a year. Now, you could get these jobs at solar farms, industrial rooftops, regional and remote projects. It's going to continue to be in demand for 2026 because of the renewable energy demand that's going to keep on growing. And the good thing about it is it's backed by a lot of governments. Number 7 on the list is industrial cleaner, particularly HAMZAT and confined spaces. What they do is clean hazardous materials, chemical spills, tanks, and confined spaces using specialized safety equipment. and they get paid $70,000 to $140,000 a year. Now, for you to get this job, all you need to have is a HAMSAT and confined space certification. You could get these jobs at refineries, hospitals, tunnels, factories, and industrial sites. Now, the reason why it's in demand for 2026 is because of stricter safety regulations and industrial expansion drive constant demand. Number 6 is scaffolder. What they normally do is build and dismantle complex scaffolding structures to allow safe access for construction, maintenance, and repairs at heights. Now, they get paid well. Actually, they get paid $80,000 to $150,000 per year. And once you're a pro and you're able to save up money, you can actually do this as a business. Because all you really need to do is to have the skills and make sure that you have scaffoldings stocked somewhere. Now, for you to get this job, you need some scaffolding license and experience progression. But once you have that license, you can always start as an apprentice and then move your way up. Now, you could get these jobs at construction sites, shipyards, and oil and gas facilities. It's in demand for 2026 because major infrastructure projects and stricter safety standards will continue to go on. Number 5 is excavator operator. What they do is they operate heavy earth-moving machineries to dig up soil. They also dig trenches, foundations, and roads with precision. Now, they get paid $70,000 to $160,000 a year. Now, for you to get this job, all you need to have is machinery tickets and site experience. Now, you could get these jobs from civil constructions, mining, roads, and rail projects. Now, it's going to be in demand for 2026 because government is massively spending on housing and road infrastructure. Number 4 is crane operator. They operate towers and mobile cranes, and they do this to lift and position heavy materials during construction and infrastructure projects. They get paid around $90,000 to $180,000 a year, and all you need to have is crane license, medical clearance, and logged operating hours. You could get jobs from high-rise construction sites, ports, and major infrastructure jobs. It's going to be in demand for 2026 because of urban development, particularly because there's a housing crisis in pretty much most Western countries. And if there's not much land, all you can go is up. Plus, it also helps that there's a shortage in highly skilled operators, which will be you in the future. Number 3 on the list is welder, particularly the FIFO welders. What they normally do is fabricate, weld, and repair heavy steel structures. They also do machineries and pipelines on industrial environments. And guess what? They get paid $90,000 to $180,000 per year. Not too shabby. All you need to have is trade qualifications or welding certifications. The jobs that you're going to do will be on mining, oil and gas, heavy industries, and they're often FIFO roles. Why is it in demand for 2026? You got a bunch of aging infrastructure, and because of the ever-growing demand for our natural resources, the sector is going to keep on expanding. Number 2 is underground miner. What they do is they operate machineries and extract minerals from underground tunnels in challenging and high-risk environments. And they get paid $100,000 to $180,000 a year. Now, for you to get this job, all you need is mining induction and safety training. You can get jobs in Australia, Canada, South America, and Africa. And like what I mentioned earlier, the reason why this is going to be in demand for 2026 is because of our ever-growing mineral consumption, particularly the critical minerals that are needed for EVs, batteries, clean energy, and microchips. Taking number 1 spot on the list is your oil rig roughneck. And I didn't say rednecks. They basically perform physically demanding labor on oil rigs, including drilling operations, equipment handling, and maintenance. They get paid around $90,000 to $200,000 a year. All you need to have is safety certifications, physical fitness, and the most important thing, you don't need a degree to get this job. You can find them at offshore rigs and remote oil fields worldwide. It's going to be in demand for 2026 because the world's global energy demand remains high and few workers are willing to do the job. Now, this is a bonus tip for you guys. The top 3 jobs that I mentioned earlier are predominantly FIFO works. FIFO means fly in, fly out. The schedule could go from 4 days in a remote location, wherein you have to work consecutive days, then 3 days of day off, where you can go back to where you're living. And some of the more extreme schedules are 6 months on and 6 months off, which means they get a holiday of 6 months. But they still get paid roughly around $100,000 plus to over $200,000. But you're actually only working for 6 months. And the good thing about this FIFO work is that they're going to send you to a remote location wherein your food, your accommodation, and any transport from your work back to your accommodation will be shouldered by the company. Even your flights after your contract. And some of the accommodation are pretty much luxury accommodations. Have a look at this.
It looks and feels like a hotel room and will soon become the new home away from home for mining workers in the Pilbara.
Convection microwave ovens, you don't see that in a normal donga. Stone bench tops.
750 rooms spanning 45 square metres, built for mineral resources FIFO workers at the Onslow Iron Ore Project.
It's 3 times the size of any normal fly-in fly-out room. Each room has a queen-size bed. It has a lounge area, it has a dining area.
And no more need for communal laundry. So this might be one of the biggest selling points, that people don't have to go to the laundry room.
I think so. It might stop a bit of biffo at the laundries.
What this means is that you can literally save up, and all you need to worry about would be your taxes. And if you want to invest your hard-earned money while reducing your taxes, try watching this video over here so that you can keep all your money and invest at the same time.